Welcome back to another episode of the Popko Project Podcast, and I have a familiar guest to a degree tonight. I've got Tysoul, his first appearance in almost 4 years.
Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, February 2022 was the last episode that you were on. And I feel like we are both different people now than we were back then, both of us. I guess a lot happens in 4 years.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, last time we talked, you were releasing an album um, that was called Layers of Love, I believe.
Yep.
You had a dog training business that you were going full steam ahead into, and a musician, obviously. And I feel like you're I don't know what you were doing between now and then as far as music goes. We can get into that, but you've got a new song coming out on January 16th called 24 Hours. So we'll get into that as well. But catch me up on Tysoul over the last 4 years. Because like I said, I feel like we're different people than we were back then.
Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy that you have a better memory than me. So that was right before my album release show when we had raised money for Blue Chip at the Jazz Cafe, and I had Dustin Douglas and Electric Gentleman as the backing band, which was awesome. And I think drummer from Breaking Band, original. It was a crazy experience. But since after that, oh man, I don't even know where to start. But musically, I was just kind of going back and forth whether I wanted to keep doing music or not. I released a few singles here and there. One was like near and dear to my heart, as you recall, Rainbow Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of put a different perspective on music for me, to be honest with you. That's where kind of like my mind opened up to, actually writing, I guess, really authentic. Because prior to that, I wouldn't say I wasn't writing authentically, because my Layers of Love album I thought was really good front to back, but like something really raw and authentic that I could share my whole self with. Like Rainbow Bridge was really the grief and memory of my dog, and I had full instrumentation on that by Duds, and Dan King played cello. Like I really just did a whole other thing with that. So there wasn't a lot going on besides that song from 2022 to like 2023, 2024. And I was running my dog training business really full speed. I had just when we did our interview back then, I moved out to Harding where I'm at now, and I kind of just went all in with the dog training business. And then, life kind of just kept hitting me with health problems when I was trying to make my business happen. I had 2 back surgeries back to back years, and music wasn't really even part of the equation. Like, how am I going to do music? I was more like, how am I going to get myself together here, And just life has been crazy, but I also released another album actually just like in August with my friend Oliver Spitz. There's two piece. It's called She and Her. Good girl and a bad girl, basically.
Okay.
So we released that in August. So that whole project is out on all streaming platforms. But yeah, I mean, I went back and forth whether or not I even wanted to do music up until, you know, 6, 7 months ago, because music has been always there for me during like those low times. So I mean, that's just where I've been. I've been all over the place, basically. That's the only thing that stays constant is I'm all over the place, and so is my life.
Yeah, I mean, what were you thinking? Like, you're saying that music was always this like part of your life that was always there for you, right? But you kind of strayed away to a degree from it.
Yeah.
Um, that had to be kind of weird, right?
Yeah, just I always was doing my thing with the dogs when I was doing music, but I just like I said, like health and like I chose my dog business over everything, over my own self. And that was another lesson I learned from that. Like I chose my business over myself, over my other passions, over my other hobbies. And it ended up becoming where, those continuous injuries, I felt like a shell of who I wanted to be within that space. And I was like, there's no way the person I am in my heart, when I work with somebody or work for somebody and provide a service, there's no way I'll stay in it if I don't feel like I could deliver 120%. So at the time, I was convinced that I was still able to do that with dogs. As I had two back surgeries, I was ready to get a third. I was like, all right, man, you're not 100% into this here. Physically, you're definitely not. There's no way in hell physically you're going to keep going. So I was like, man, I got to walk. I got to walk. And I did that just in April. But music, like, yeah, it was really weird, but I didn't feel like physically healthy enough to perform because I was barely getting by. So I was so all in with dogs. I built a kennel here. I was about to pull a kennel license and everything just kept slapping me, you know? And like I said, April of this year, 2025, sorry, I just decided to shut the doors after 4.5 years. So yeah, it's just been a wild ride.
What was that like? Because I know how passionate you were about dogs and
Yeah.
that life.
I still have mixed feelings about it. It was horrible. It was like a whole other loss that I didn't want to accept and I didn't want to walk from. I still have people that message me sometimes. They're like, "Are you still training dogs?" I'm like, "Man, I wish, but I couldn't." Like, I started, like, the thing that I love so much started to become, like, not to sound cliche, but it started to become something that was physically and mentally hurting me because of all the injury and anxiety from, the injuries. And yeah, it was just almost felt like it was impossible. I was literally thinking, like, what would life look like without this? Not just my identity, my passion, but also surviving. You know what I mean? The whole thing flashed and it was like, all right, well then, I closed the doors and I went full time, full fledged into real estate. I had my license on and off for the last almost decade. Um, and my current broker was super, super um, helpful in me getting to where I am today. But without that, but thank God, that it works out. But uh, it was really hard. And you can tell when I talk about it, I get, intense and I still have those emotions. But because at the same time, like 2 weeks after I closed my dog business, my girlfriend of 2 years decided, it wasn't working and moved out. So that also happened all at once. So, the universe was telling me, I guess, everything's hitting a full reset and you better buckle in and get it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life's funny, man. I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Those answers may not come uh, immediately. They may take years to kind of come to the surface. Um, Maybe you never get those answers, but I feel like things do happen for a reason, and this is just another chapter in the life, right?
Exactly.
But real estate, I mean, that's a cool industry.
Yeah, I love it. I still get to help people. I've helped a handful of my former dog training clients. Pretty cool. Like some people go from, living in just any house, but then they'll end up. I have a couple clients that moved out to the country with a couple acres, and I trained one of my I would call her a friend. Her and her husband now had two dogs that I trained. She was great, and when they moved, I had them trained off leash. They finally had like land to roam. So I think that was like a full circle, really cool thing. I really love helping people, honestly. That's my thing. And even with music, I want people to feel it here. And even when I provide a service, like I want them to know it's not just about a dollar amount. I really want them to be happy for the rest of their lives with this thing that they buy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Real estate's an interesting business. It's yeah, you could definitely help change people's lives to a degree. So it's cool.
yeah.
I back in 2013, no, 2012, I actually started taking classes to get my license.
We're gonna get you back.
Yeah, I mean, I wish so. I was going, I think I took like 2 or 3 classes and then I got promoted to general manager at the Weekender. And my goal with taking those classes, I wanted to have, um, another source of income, but I was also kind of preparing myself for, what if something happens, like with the career that I had at the Weekender. I got promoted to general manager and I was like, well, I want to be all in on this.
Hmm.
Kicking myself in the butt a little bit to a degree for not finishing it and not like, you know, kind of seeing that through because as you know, and people who know what the Weekender is, I think think I was the GM for a year before I left. And, that entertainment newspaper was basically non-existent, 2, 3 years later.
Yeah.
So, it's funny how things kind of work out. I mean, I moved on to, radio after that, but I had no regrets, but I'm thinking to myself, man, maybe I should have just kind of stuck that out. And, even to this day, especially over the last few years with the real estate market has been on fire to a degree.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're helping people. You're helping like them get that first home or, get in a better position for their families or whatever it might be, you name it. So yeah, it's one of those things I wish I would have, saw through, but
It's never too late.
that's what they say. That's what they say. People always say about that. Like I always say,
Imagine us back to back listing a $1 million listing.
our faces on billboards, everything. Yeah.
Never too late.
It's not, well, everyone says, like I always say, I don't perform. I've never written a song. I can't play an instrument. And everyone's like, it's too late, or it's never too late. I'm like, yes, it is. I will fight you to the death.
I just got a guitar today.
No, there's just not enough time in the day for me. But I mean, real estate could be an interesting play.
Never know.
You never know. You never know. And I mean, my life has changed over the last 4 years since we talked. Since then, I myself have gotten a dog, which I never thought that I would ever do. Never wanted to. And it was never something I wanted to do. But before that, we had a second child, which that was something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got a dog. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she's 3 now. Just turned 3 back in July. But that was a struggle. I mean, during the time that we spoke last, I mean, my wife and I went through a lot of issues with having a second one, a few losses along the way, and we had to resort to IVF. Thankfully, that worked the first time. And now, yeah, we have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. So, and a dog.
And a dog.
Yeah, the dog, man. I think the dog was 9 weeks old when we got her, and actually, I reached out to you about dog training, and you're like, "Dude, I would love to, but like, I just
kept falling apart.
I just can't. I can't do it." But the dog, man, it's 9 weeks old, so we had to do all the potty training and all that, and I would say it was more difficult than a baby. It really was, just because. I mean, a baby has a diaper on.
Yeah.
It will be, people are like, oh, you could put diapers on a dog. I'm like, I am not putting diapers on a dog. Not going to happen.
That's funny.
No.
It's a process.
Yeah. And she's good. She's a good dog. Not fully trained, I don't think at all. But we have a nice backyard with a fence, so she can run around. But
hey, she's happy and she's in a home. That's the main thing.
Yeah, she is. So the funniest thing is it was like, I want to say 2 weeks before we got a dog, my wife and I were driving home from a friend's house who had a dog. And we spent the 20-minute ride home talking about how we're not dog people. Like, I love dogs, they're great, but like, not for me. I feel like they're very needy. They're constantly like in your face, and like, it just things I don't particularly like. Even like in humans, like, you could be like a 10 out of 10 if you're a woman for me. But if you're needy and like all that kind of stuff, it's like, like just a huge turnoff for me. So like, like that, it's not for me. And I think my dog, I love her very much at the end of the day when she's lounging around and, on the couch and she's like laying on you, which I love because she's more cuddly than my cats are, or my cat, I should say. But yeah, very needy. Like, she won't like go outside in the backyard without you.
Oh, jeez.
She won't eat without you. Like, he'll even go as far as like taking the food out of the bowl and like taking it, like bringing it into like the living room where we're sitting. Yeah, very needy. I don't like it.
See, that's why I felt so bad. My injury caused all of it.
Yeah, it's your fault. I blame you.
Oh Oh
my
man.
cat, but it's all good. But we're not here to talk about my problems with dogs. We're here to talk about new music. I had not heard it yet. I've not heard the song yet, but it is called 24 Hours. It's due out on January 16th. My cat is like bothering me. Get out of here. Jesus. You never bother me.
I put my one dog. He would have been like right here right now. He would have did something. I put him away because I was like, dude, I need a little bit of time to myself. I do not want you, like you said, all in my face because that's
Yeah.
what he would have did. He would have been like right here.
That's what they do. I've had episodes where people have their dogs in the other room and you can hear them like pawing the
Whining.
door.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
goodness.
has a soup bone right now. He's in his crate. He's having a good party by himself.
Yeah.
That's how I get him to go party alone. Soup bone from the grocery store.
Yeah. So tell me about this new song.
Yeah.
You said it's very like personal.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk to me about the new song.
Yes, I wrote it when, my girlfriend and I initially broke up. She moved out. I was just in my feelings, obviously, and very emotional, very raw. And I just found this beat. I was like, I need to write right now. I have no other outlet. I mean, I was already thankfully like healthy enough to go to the gym and stuff, but like there wasn't enough gym that could like keep me like to calm me down essentially. So I was like, I gotta write. So I was right here, literally right here, blasting my studio monitors, listening to instrumentals, and I found this one. I just started freestyling. Like I usually will listen to a beat and freestyle. And then once I catch a melody, if I can feel it, usually I'll know like 90% of the songs I wrote, like usually I'll know right off the rip. If I can come up with a few lines that sound really great or a chorus, I'll build on that. That's exactly what I did. Um, and then I ended up recording it soon after, and I recalled it like a maniac 10 times because one little thing was too loud and the other thing wasn't loud enough. And, my poor engineer, shout out to JL Studios for dealing with me. I'm so meticulous, but I'm very happy with the final master. That was probably the fifth final master, and I went through 10, so I went back to the fifth one. But the song really entails I call it 24 hours. I never named songs after the instrumental title, but I was like, I'm gonna keep this title because I felt like there's so much good content in this song and so many good lyrics that I can't particularly cling to just one to put it in a title. So I was like, this song is basically my mental loop of what I was feeling at the time. It talks about us going our separate ways and having regret. Originally, I was gonna write it in the perspective of blame, and that was also another like growth point. I was like, all right, dude, like, why are you gonna come at her like that? Like, why don't you take your accountability? Because at the end of the day, no matter in a relationship, whether or not you feel XYZ person is wrong, if you're gonna go and move forward with your life, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, all right, there's definitely I wasn't 100% perfect. There's no way in hell. Like, that's just crazy. So I wrote it from a point of me taking accountability and having regret, but and also still wanting to hold on. The chorus itself says, excuse me, like at the end, I'll actually give you a little bit of the chorus. It's like, no matter what I try, I still got you on my mind. Still hope we make it through. I won't ever give up on you, which at the time, that's exactly what I felt. Very simple. Um, it kind of has a different meaning now. It's more like, even though I say that, I know I had to at the end of the day let go. Um, so that's where that song comes from. And like I said, it was like kind of a mental loop. That's what I was thinking in my head. Like I was thinking about the relationship and reflecting on it. And that's why I call it 24 hours because, basically I was going through it
Yeah.
for like a more than 24 hours, but it would last that long.
Yeah. I've I'm thankful that I've never really experienced that kind of heartache before.
Hmm.
Um, like I had a girlfriend in high school that we broke up that I was like bothered by for a couple months,
Month.
but I got over it pretty quick. It was, right before college, so I was like, yeah, I got more things to worry about. But yeah, I'm fortunate that I never had to kind of, and I can't imagine writing a song about it because this is
Yeah.
like a song that, maybe perform live one day and like you're writing this song about, this person, a lot of how you feel, but also like
Hmm.
this person's included too. And it's like, don't I keep carrying this with me, or how does that work?
That's a great question.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like it's more getting it out was healing.
Yeah.
Um, the meaning, like I said, changed. Like when I say I'll never give up on you, that was a lyric that I felt very literal at the time. At the ending of the video, we actually the myself and the model that played Anna, who did an amazing job. She never did a video before. Wait till you see her. Honestly, really awesome. I could tell you a little backstory on that too, but
Yeah.
in a little bit. But basically, at the end, even though it says that we meet face to face one last time, we touch hands, and even though I don't want to quite let go, we do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what that is for me. It's like the last goodbye, which is still hard to like say, but like it's like the last goodbye. And in the song, I feel a lot of people will relate to. And the second verse, man, like I never wrote a second verse like that. It talks about, um, you know, I guess it hints at the potential of marriage and things like that. And it really longs for, you know, that kind of feeling, and those kind of lyrics are in there. And I don't want to get too in depth and share the whole song, but basically, like, it was a really deep, mature verse that I never really had an opportunity in my life to even write about. So yeah.
Musically, is it consistent with stuff you've done in the past, or is this kind of a new sound that you've explored? Or
No, I would say it's kind of similar to like the Layers of Love vibe, and a little bit more upbeat though. So, there's some Chris Brown inspirations, and there's, I would call it, contemporary R&B with some, like I wouldn't call it electronic R&B. Like I definitely used auto tune on that song and stuff like that for the texture and the emotion. It actually sounded really cool on it. But yeah, no, it's kind of similar, but a little bit more upbeat. Like if anybody listened to my Layers of Love album, this would fit on there, but this is a lot more complete of a song in depth, and in terms of like the way it's performed is a lot more energized, even though it's sad.
now, is there any plans to get back out there and perform?
Yeah, actually, about 2 months ago, I was consistently going to open, maybe three with Gus the Savage. I was actually going to V Spot a few times. We did quite a few open mics, and I actually was at a good friend of mine, the Burnt Norton in Wilkes-Barre. Shout out to them. They make some good food and have some good coffee. So you guys go visit. I'm gonna plug my people.
I heard good
I
things about them.
Yeah, yeah, great people. They're actually at my company as realtors too. So they were one of my first dog training clients as well. So it's just a weird, awesome full circle thing. But did an open mic there too a couple weeks ago. That was fun.
I just saw someone stole some art off the wall in their restaurant.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever found it. Yeah, it's messed up.
Man,
People just
people suck.
don't know how to behave,
They don't.
basically.
We gotta start having consequences for people's actions again.
Yep, agreed.
Eye for an eye, you know. But yeah, I saw that. That was a bummer.
Yeah,
But yeah, so you've been out a little bit doing.
yeah.
What's Gus doing these days? He uh he amuses me. He's like, "Oh, I'm done. We're not doing anything else." And then a week later,
Doing
he's
a
like,
new
"All right,
thing.
we're doing something again.
Yeah, yeah.
Different,
So
this band and this recording this and recording that."
he's definitely doing the band. I think he took a little break. I know he's having an issue with, I don't know if it was drummer or something like that, got sick, but definitely still with the broken alibi. And
I
I
like that stuff a
believe,
lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I've known Gus since he first came here, and honestly, got lots of love for him. But I think he's doing the band. But like you said, he said he wasn't doing R&B, but we started doing a couple shows here and there. We actually had a Christmas show with Maine at Encore on line one few months ago, I think, or not. Or was that last year? Geez, my time. That was last year, I
It
think.
was
Yeah.
last year. It was a Christmas thing. Yeah, I was a sponsor of that. I think you're wearing
Man,
one of my shirts.
my brain with the buffalo. I have it in here,
Yeah.
the blue buffalo one. And yeah, that was a year ago. Okay, but long story short, he did some R&B there, and then we just did one at Union Vapors. That's where it was at last month or 2 months ago. my time periods are just not doing too hot right now. But he was there too. He did some R&B and stuff. So I mean, I know it's still in his heart. And I actually just asked him to jump on one of my older songs that I didn't release ever that could fit a new project that I'm considering making a full album. But yeah, he's doing the band, but he's still got the R&B here.
Yeah. I like the band a lot. I
Yeah,
like
it's
that
dope.
music a lot.
100%.
I think I play I don't think I know I played that's one of the songs off the from that band, and I kind of made the same joke I just said to you. And I was saying like I hope he continues with the band stuff because
Yeah.
it's pretty good, and
No, it is.
we need Gus the Savage in
He's
NEPA.
versatile as all hell.
He really is. He really is. It's one thing I'll never take away from him is that he just kind of tries everything.
He will. And you know
Yeah.
what? He puts him, I'll give him so much credit too. He don't give a shit what anybody thinks. He'll put himself out there no matter
Yeah.
what. So I
It's awesome.
respect the hell out of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've done open mics. Are
Yep.
there plans to start doing some shows again?
Yeah, I was really sad to see the Ritz being up for sale, to be honest with you, because I was hoping to try to do something there in the next few months, possibly. And I saw that and I was like, oh man, that sucks. I heard really great things. I've actually never been to any shows there.
No?
But my friend Kyle Demko, I don't know if they did it or not. I think Bubba Sparks, the booty booty guy, went there.
That got
Did it get
canceled.
canceled? Did
Yeah.
it? That's why I didn't see anything. Okay.
Yeah, that was like November, I want to say
Yeah. Like the end of November, right before things.
24th or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right before Thanksgiving, they were gonna bring him in.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. But yeah, so like that was looked like a really great spot. But yeah, long story short, I definitely want to do more shows. When and where exactly, I don't know. I'm actually going to see an indie artist in New York at the end of January. My friend and I, she lives in Jersey City, and I'm going to, I forget what it's called. It's something kitchen. It's some cool spot, she said. But I know the indie artist indirectly just from like following him, and he's like very personal with people that follow him, and he reached out. He does R&B. So I want to network with him and kind of check out some spots down there, open mic wise, even. But really, specifically when and where, don't know. I mean, I love the V spot. I definitely would love to do something there again. The Jazz Cafe. I'm gonna try to learn some strings, some guitar, see how that goes. I may have to have Duds be my teacher or hire somebody, something I'm gonna have to figure out. But I'm gonna learn a little bit on my own. But I definitely want to get into some doing some acoustic on my own in the near future as quickly as I can, even if it's just one song here and there. But yeah, I definitely miss doing like a full thing. I love to have a band here and there, but obviously I don't have one. It's hard to find the time and the people to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get Duds. You gotta get him to stop saying hello on Facebook and stop lifting
Right.
his leg on fences, you know? He's funny.
That's funny.
He'll always like, from time to time, maybe like once a year or so, he'll post a photo of him sitting on a fence
Yep.
to show how far he's come in his like health journey.
Yeah.
Um, and it's funny because I took that photo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took that photo. He was at like a t-ball field and there's games. I don't know if he's got like a nephew or something like that there. But my son was
So,
playing on the field and I was like,
so
I
random.
I spotted Duds.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's the one I didn't know. Now, every time I see that, because I will see it again, I know he's going to post it
Hmm.
again. That's what I'll be thinking about now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's funny. I don't get to see him enough. I see him like in person like once a year. I think I saw him last when he was picking up or dropping off that banner I gave to you guys for that live show last year.
Yeah, the one that I thought was last month.
Yeah. We've had a busy year. You've had a lot happen this year. It would blur together for me too.
That's funny.
I mean,
Oh,
we're what a day away from
yeah.
2026 right now, right?
Yep. Everybody asked me what I'm doing for New Year's. Guess what I'm doing? I'm going to Bloomsburg. I'm doing some showings. That's what I'm doing. The holidays aren't holding me back.
There you go.
I'm working.
There you go. Me too. Me too. But yeah, you've had a busy year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you also have a music video for this
Yes.
song, which I always think is cool. I grew up watching music videos in the morning before school, so there's still a soft spot in my heart for music videos. It's cool seeing like local musicians and things like that, like doing that too. So tell me about the video and maybe some of the inspiration behind that.
Yeah, so there was a lot. I'll make fun of myself here right off the rip. I was so stressed out about the wardrobe. I ended up wearing two outfits and they're mostly all black. I was like all over the place trying to shop for this thing and I ended up wearing like two plain ass outfits. But I also originally was going to use a friend's apartment in Wilkes-Barre. It ended up being where we didn't have a clear timeline they couldn't accommodate. So I ended up having to rent a Airbnb from Airbnb in Music. So I was like, I kind of wanted something furnished and slightly designed. And I was just looking, I'm like, yo, will this work? He's like, yep. And when I looked at it on the map, I thought it was closer to Scranton. So this is before we shot. The day before, I'm driving through Music. I'm like, all right, I'm going to check out where this Airbnb's at. I bet you it's close to, I don't know what I was thinking, XYZ Park. Went to the park. I forget what it was called over there. One of those parks. Absolutely horrible lighting. They closed at 5 p.m. I was like, we're fucked if we shoot outside because we're going to shoot inside, then shoot outside. And I was like, there's no way in hell this park is going to work. Because I wanted to shoot everything originally in Wilkes-Barre because my friend's apartment was in one of the bank ones. We're going to shoot in there, shoot right out. Because the lighting in Wilkes-Barre, honestly, as much as people like hate on Wilkes-Barre and stuff, the lighting in Wilkes-Barre and the, what is that? The ambiance, seriously though,
Mhm.
it's actually really beautiful at night. It's really easy to shoot. So we ended up, getting the Airbnb and Music, and we had to pivot a lot, and I can get into that. But basically, I was like, all right, thank goodness I did my legwork the day before. I was like, there's no way we can shoot outdoors here. We're gonna have to shoot inside first. Then we're gonna have to bop down to Wilkes-Barre, which we did in, the 25-degree cold and finished. But um the video, I wanted to do a video for this song like for a really long time. And I was like, I was trying to pitch it to a few people I knew. Like, I was like, hey, I really need a female model. And they're like, I can't do that. Or, nah, R&B? Nah. Like, because they're thinking it's going to be like one of those panty dropper songs, maybe, or something. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, R&B has, unfortunately, it's stereotyped to an extent. So it ended up becoming a thing. It propelled into it actually getting done. I won't give it total credit, but I went on a dating app. I was talking to this girl. It sounds really ridiculous where I'm going with it, but seriously. And I don't know. I think I was just very reserved because of all the stuff I've been through. And I think maybe this person looked at my Facebook and saw my ex's kid and her and all this stuff and posted on those. What is that? Like, are we dating the same guy? Right. And there's like vibe was nice, but it feels a little off. And I was like, some because I have a lot of good friends, thankfully, in my circle that care about me, and they like let me know. If no, I guess they're not supposed to, which I don't want to get nobody in trouble. So there's no names mentioned up in here. But long story short, they told me that, and they were like, thank goodness all the comments were good. And I was like, man, thank God this wasn't like 6 years ago or whatever. But all the comments were nice, blah blah blah. But one of my friends reached out to me and basically, blah, blah, blah about that. But because I had her there in the conversation, I was like, yo, do you know any people that would be in this? I had this idea. And, she respected the idea. And I'm trying to be careful with what I say here. I don't think anybody's gonna domino down and figure out, you know what I mean? Because that group, I don't know. I heard some weird stuff about that. I'm trying to stay away from that shit. But I'm still on there allegedly too. But for God knows why. But so basically, she was like, "Yeah, my friend can do it, or I can hook you up with these models. They're like probably gonna be XYZ price, whatever." But I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with who you feel can rock with it and is, comfortable." So I went with that person. And, like I said, that conversation happened because of that whole situation. Um, so mind you, this person also never did a music video before. I haven't done one in 3 years, and honestly, I don't have that much experience. So I like had texted my friend. I was like, "Hey, like, how is she? Is she nervous?" She's like, "Yeah, she's a little nervous." I was like, "Cool, yeah, I'm a little nervous too, honestly." I don't know who I'm dealing with, even. I mean, I trusted, her, but I was like, "All right, well, let's see what happens." So thank goodness, like this person, she was like so comfortable, like a natural. conversator. I don't know, but honestly, made me super comfortable off the rip. It was almost like it was her project for a minute. I was like, let's go. And everything like chemistry wise was actually really awesome. Really great people. Um, I wrote a lot of the ideas for it too. Like I didn't direct it, but I wrote the whole outline where I was like, all right, this is how I want it to go. I never really did that before. I would just kind of show up and expect my videographer, who I've used predominantly Timmy Price. Shout out to him. He really did an awesome job on this. Seriously. I would just expect him to figure it out. Like, what the fuck? Back then I'm thinking like, I'm just gonna show up and just start shooting and doing some moves and calling it a day. I was like, I don't want to do that for this song. There's just too much meaning. And like I kind of wanted to portray, some happy scenes here and there, but just a little bit, but more like both people in their heads, especially me and as the artist, and then also like her being a shadow of my memory, I guess, something like that. That's what we kind of depicted. And then like being in my head, and then like I said, taking a walk to clear my mind. That's kind of the build up, meet face to face, and then there's that last, kind of ordeal. But in 3 minutes, it's pretty tough to articulate, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, so that's kind of the story behind the video. Um, I was like stressed out about the location thing, the change. I had to really pivot, and we were gonna shoot at Kirby Park. We were gonna shoot at the bridge. The lighting just wasn't good enough, honestly. It just looked like fucked up. And he was like, "No, dude." Like he's like, "I can make it work," and I was like, let's just go across the bridge. And thankfully, he picked some really great spots to shoot. And the last scene before we went in and wrapped it up, I shot in the middle of the street right by Abide, and I was playing red light, green light. Like when there was red lights, I would go perform, and then the green light would come. I'd get off the street. I'd go in and out. So we used some cuts from that. And like I was like, I really hope I don't see a client, or a client doesn't see me or something right now, because they're
Who's
gonna
this
be like
crazy guy in the street dancing?
with a leather jacket and shit at 8 p.m. It's like 20 degrees. You can barely hear the song because it's playing through a Bluetooth speaker like on the side of the road.
Oh
People
man,
are beeping and shit. But yeah, so I went all out with it. Yeah.
that makes me
No regrets.
laugh. Can you imagine if you lost a client? They're like, yo, I just saw my realtor and he was dancing in the street to a little Bluetooth speaker. We got to find a new guy.
I think I was like on crack or something.
Hey, you know what? Some parts of Wilkes-Barre, that's what you'll find.
That's too funny. Well,
You should do a blooper video,
for real though.
do like a second release, like an
Right.
extended cut where this happens. Like you have a client that sees you, you're like, no, I'm not crazy. I
Killing
swear.
me.
That's
That's
hilarious.
killing me. But yeah, right in the middle of the street. We were doing it for like 20 minutes on and off. Yeah, it was really uncomfortable, honestly, because there was like cars right behind me, and I kept looking at the street light and stuff, and I was really paranoid. I was gonna get like hit by a car maybe too at the same time, but it was fun.
Well, it's not your first video either. So, how is this different from other ones?
Yeah. I mean, just the planning, really, the planning prior, having some really clear goals of like how I wanted it to go. I also kind of made some like on the spot moves like we did together, like where to shoot, where not to shoot, day versus night. We were gonna shoot some stuff outdoors in the day, and I was like, you know what? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me up here. Like, it has to be at night.
Hmm.
We actually like ended at the FM Kirby Center. They had a show there, and it was super bright, and people were
Yeah.
flying in and out. When they dimmed it, though, that was perfect for the ending because it was like dim and dark, but it still had a little bit of like that black and gold class that I like. I don't know. I just am like super like into black and gold. I don't know,
Yeah.
just because whatever the classiness of it. But yeah, no. So I mean, the planning and everything, and like having somebody, having like multiple creatives that like bought into the idea and supported me too, like meant a lot because it wasn't just like, all right, I'm just gonna see what happens here today. Like I came there with the intention to like execute the whole storyline and make sure that it was, done with, I guess, intention.
Yeah. I wonder how that would be different from. So I was in a video for like a rock song. It was with the guys from Don't Panic,
Okay.
and it was like they were like a performance. And then just last, or maybe 2 months ago, I was at this thing with Josh Balls. He's slinging street tacos for sheets, and Pucker Up was playing.
Okay.
And the thing with when you're filming those types of videos and things like that, you have to like overreact. So you have to
Yeah.
overdo it. They're like, if you think you're being crazy, you're not being crazy enough. Like you have to like be so animated, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting when I was, a part of those two things and how, because you feel like you're like kind of like a wild man.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the finished product, it's like, oh, I wasn't that crazy at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when
And
I was,
even, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I was saying that because you mentioned that, that makes me think a lot. I was like very far, like in between, like, okay, should I sing it naturally and just obviously like really show emotion, or should I lip sync a lot of this? And I started singing a few, and it did help because you see some veins popping out, but like it makes it look more real. But like a lot of it is like more laid back in this kind of setting. Like I want to actually lip sync, so I'm speaking a message. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Because if I oversang it, I mean, some of those notes are really high. It would be like super strained. It would almost look unnatural. Wouldn't
right.
look pleasant. So that's interesting. Like compare a genre to and vibe that
Yeah,
I actually kind of had to do the opposite for a lot of it and had to kind of be sad and like low because I
right.
want to express and show that side, I guess.
But I would imagine too, like, I didn't think about this part because, like if you were singing a part that it was like extremely emotional and like you wanted to like portray that very aggressive emotion,
Yep.
you probably would have to actually sing it.
Yeah. And there was some parts like that too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, one thing I think is crazy about music and even, the videos for songs is just like I think people who aren't in it and have never experienced it, they just think it happens. And there's
Yeah.
so much more behind it that, it's I mean, I was there for the one video for I think I was there for 12 hours and they were
Yeah.
there hours before me. So it's like an all day thing. And
Yes, it is.
um it's fun. It's cool seeing like, how everything's not shot like start to finish. It's like, you know,
Oh yeah.
and it's how many minutes or hours of content for, a 3 minute
Yeah.
final production.
Yeah. He'd shoot like three angles per scene per room,
Yeah.
near, far, and like slow mo and some other stuff, like all different angles. Then like she had a walking scene. She had like three different performances of the same thing with three different angles. Like there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. It's like you think about producers for music and then you think
Hmm.
about directors and producers for videos, like how important they are for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm excited to see it. That does that come out the same day as the song?
So I'm thinking about doing it the 15th, like 7 p.m. That'd be a Thursday, I believe, and then having the song come out midnight. I think about doing the video a little early because that's really I hope that's gonna really draw in the emotion. You know what I mean? Because it's telling a story. So I feel that's the vibe that I'm gonna go with. I mean, at the latest though, it'll be the 16th, but I think 7 p.m. Thursday, release the single midnight Friday the 16th.
Cool. I saw a little clip today you posted.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, that was another thing, man. Like I was like, man, now I really try to be careful with my content that I put on my personal page because I mean, I've made some explicit music in the past. I mean, whatever. Not that I won't ever, but I don't want to mix my business per se with any stuff like that. I don't want people to see that and be like, that ain't my realtor or
Right.
anything. You know what I mean? So this one I felt comfortable. I was like, this is like really something anybody can relate to. It's clean, it's authentic, it's a heartbreak story. And that's why I was like, I'm just gonna rock with it. And at the end of the day, if somebody were to like not hire me or something over that,
Yeah, I
oh
mean,
well.
I think it's I think it's what I'm trying to say here. I think it's cool. I mean, times are different now. We're not looking for, a suit to come see us every day to buy a house. I think it's cool to have that different
Yeah.
side of you and Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's all right.
Yeah, I was glad. I was like a little nervous about the response. I was like, because I have a lot of professional people that I interact with on there and I respect. And I was like, oh well, let's see what happens.
Yeah,
And thankfully, like actually, like the real estate community was like super supportive. I was like, this is dope.
yeah.
Like they that was cool.
And I mean, I think it probably helpful to a degree as far as networking and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff too. So,
Yeah.
well, I'm excited, man. 24 hours, January 16th, video the day prior at 7 p.m. on the 15th. Um, Glad to see you're back at it.
Hell yeah.
New
No, I'm
music from
I'm
Tysoul.
excited for it. If anybody, I was just gonna plug myself if you don't mind too. And if anybody wants to follow me on Tysoul Music _, that's my Instagram. I have my whole link tree on there. You can go to all my Spotify, iTunes, etc.
Yeah. We're not done yet.
I'm gonna get it in one more time yet.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
don't want to forget.
That's that's good.
No regrets.
Um, I wanted to ask you a question because I feel like this has been a big year of growth for you
Hmm.
from many different aspects. Um, you know, what does success look like to you at this stage of your career, whether it be music, whether it be your real estate career? Like, what is like today look like for Ty Soul, and like what do you see as success?
That's a good question. Well, hmm, I guess for me, success is being able to obviously you don't want to just be about like money, but like honestly, like being real. I want to be financially stable, which I feel like for the first time in years, to be quite honest, because I was injured so many times, I am, and real estate has provided that for me. And in turn, I feel like I am so I'm able to be so much more fulfilled, honestly. I'm able to help people at a higher level. I feel like I'm at my physical peak to an extent right now. And success for me is being able to really have a well-rounded mind, body, soul, like truly. I eat healthy. I lost 30 pounds after my last surgery. I don't drink anymore. Haven't drank for over a year and a half. So things like that. And I got to get more in tune with like my spirituality again. But stuff like that all goes into my success. And what does success look like after that fact? Like at face value, like obviously I want to make great money and be able to provide a great service at the end of the day. I mean, I could put dollar, I have a dollar amount to it, but I don't want to sound like,
Sure, no, I
you
mean,
know what I mean?
well, listen,
Yeah.
I mean, no one's going to be mad at you for wanting to make money. I mean, unfortunately, we're in a state of the world now where everything costs $1 million.
Uh,
I don't feel like I
yeah.
can leave the house without spending $100.
Yeah. Gas and
Um,
everything. Yeah. Riding around. It's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, being able to like financially stable is like that's important, right? You're not saying, "Oh, I want to be a millionaire," and say, fuck off to everybody. It's like, I just want to make enough money that you can. There's I listened to a podcast and someone, I forget who it was, but they say like, you have enough money if you can go to a nice restaurant and not care what it costs.
Yeah.
That's
I
kind
feel
of
like you
cool.
should always kind of care. But
But
that's
yeah,
cool
but
though.
like I think like having enough money where you're like I don't care if I'm going to spend
Yeah.
$150 on this steak that I could probably make at home. Like fuck
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
like, let's
Yeah.
get that
Yeah.
appetizer.
Yeah.
Let's get
Yeah.
that you know
Go all out
that
and just
that
sleep
martini,
well
and
at
let's
night.
get that dessert. Like let's celebrate whatever you're doing. Like it's but yeah, I don't think you're trying to say like you want to be you know a millionaire, but it's nice to
Yeah.
money helps to get things
Yeah.
done. So
And and honestly, the more money I make, like obviously too, like at the end of the day, I'll be able to fund my music.
yeah,
And that's what
exactly.
I actually want to, that's where real estate has actually provided that for me, where dogs really couldn't, honestly. I couldn't do dogs and music. I couldn't provide how I wanted to provide. And yeah, like music isn't cheap for independent artists. Like if you're gonna do music, I mean, you could do a lot of stuff for free and all that, but like at the end of the day, like you will need to spend some money to put out a product that is like at the level of, industry or close to it. I'm not saying that this video is that, but that is a whole other ball game. But for music, I just want to be able to have people relate to my message, whether it's 20, whether it's a couple 100,000. I mean, I never shy away from the possibility that a song can blow up at any time, especially when you share yourself and really put uh your all into it. And I feel like this song is the first one that I've like, even though like Rainbow Bridge song, I put all of my heart into it, writing and organizing it. I kind of just threw it out there and was like, hey, Rainbow Bridge. You know what I mean? But even though I was like, hey, this is me. I hope you guys like it. This song, no, I'm like, no, like this is me. I really want you to hear it because I think it's really important that you hear it for your own self too, if you've been through this situation. And like, maybe I should have approached that song like that too. But I like to impact people's lives, like I said, and I don't want to sound like a freaking salesman in here, but I love to impact people's lives in a positive way. I really do. And through real estate, through music, those things are pillars of success for me and make me feel good and like I am fulfilling my purpose truly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do with music, real estate, my whole life. I feel like I'm aligned with what I'm supposed to be doing. And, I don't know, I don't want to push any kind of faith on anybody. I don't really love using XYZ names, like, but, the universe and the higher power that I feel is out there is guiding me to do what I'm supposed to do. And whatever that may be, I'm going to trust in it and I'm going to live my life the right way and push forward as much as I can until I can't.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, man. What can fans expect after this release? Are there more singles on the way? Maybe an EP?
Yeah. So I'm like tossing up an idea of a full album, but I really don't want to mentally do that to myself because I feel like it's just so much. It's so much. I have 3 or 4 singles that are almost already done that are at the level of this song and that all are relative to the content that this song delivers. And there are some are a little more pop. There's one that's a little slower R&B. So yeah, I have 3 or 4 more that I would plan to release probably within that. I probably will release the next one in the next 2 months or so.
Okay.
Staying busy.
And we mentioned the new year. This will come out after the new year, about a week
Yep.
after. Are there any goals that you're quietly chasing right now?
In life or in
Whatever, anything.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll be straight with my real estate career. I This year in the last like 6 months full time, I did 2.5 million gross sales, close volume. I want to at least double that for this full year. That's at least 5. That's what I want to do. And I have how many transactions I need in that XYZ price point to do it. I don't want to just throw a number out there and not know how to get there.
Hmm.
That's a good life advice that I never did. I was just like, I want to do it. It's like, how the fuck are you going to do it if you don't know how to do it?
Right.
Like, so that's my goal personally. I want to do $5 to $7 million in gross, sales, closed volume, whatever the hell you want to call it for my second year, full year, my first full year, full time, I guess, but that's my goal. And also musically, I just want to continue to really hold myself accountable to be consistent and post good content that people can relate to and not just like fall off and be like, all right, I'm done now. Like I really want to stay dedicated to the craft and learn, you know, how to better connect with people on it at the end of the day.
It's a good goal. It sounds like it's attainable too. You think you did, 2.5 in 6 months.
Yeah.
5 should be no problem.
No problem.
No problem, right?
I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot this year. It's
Yeah,
crazy. It was a lot of fun though.
it's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy
Very
for you,
blessed.
man. It's nothing better than hearing someone um, be in a career that they're passionate about and that they are fulfilled with because it's cliche, that if you find something you love or if you do what you love, you'll never like work a day in your life or whatever the hell that is. But um, it's true.
Yeah, it
But,
is.
all right, wrapping things up, I have like a quick fire round.
Yeah.
All right, you got to answer with the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh boy. All right.
All right,
So we got. I'm ready.
studio or stage?
Man, studio. Stage still I still get stage anxiety. Studio provides so much peace for me even when I'm going through the worst shit. I'm so excited to get to the studio and finally just put something together. Yeah.
Late night writing or early morning creativity?
Oh, that's a tough one. I like both. I, I'm gonna go with late night though because I'm a night owl at heart, and especially if I don't have something early going on, like I kind of do have my own schedule. I'm gonna go with late. Yeah.
Okay. Headphones or car speakers?
Yeah, I like blasting the car speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, headphones are cool though, but not as much. Not as much as I used to.
Okay. What's a song you wish you wrote?
Man, that's a good question. Man, I wish I wrote "Let Me Love You" by Mario.
Okay. Good one. Coffee or energy drink?
Yo, fuck energy drinks, coffee all the way. Too much coffee though, but no, I try to stay away from energy drinks anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. There's some shit in there.
I know. I drink Celsius,
Yeah,
and I probably shouldn't drink any of that shit.
I heard the guilt on your like. I know.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
I hear that.
Biggest musical influence growing up?
Oh man, huh. It's Chris Brown overall. Chris Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's one word to describe this new era of Tysoul?
Uh, Mature, reflective, accountable, and open.
I like that gave me several.
Yeah.
I was gonna say motivated.
Motivated's there too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I'm excited for the new song, 24 Hours, due out on January 16th. Make sure you check out the video the day prior at 7 p.m. on the 15th. And I'm excited to see where your life heads next, man. I mean, like I said, I think this is a huge growing year for you. And
Yeah.
you said earlier that you kind of think you feel like you have like shit more together and a clear vision for your future. And that makes me happy to hear.
Thank you. And thank you for everything, honestly. Thank you for the years that you've been putting in for local artists and having us be seen. It means a lot. Truly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's an honor for me. It really is.
Awesome.
So, Tysoul, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you hopefully very soon. And I'll see you when I see you.
All right, Popko. Appreciate you. Peace out. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks.
Yep.
Between my